Hey everyone, we're here with Marissa and she gets to tell you what she does.
Hi everybody, I'm Marissa and I work in learning and development. Currently working for a major Canadian retailer as a senior manager in leadership development and learning delivery.
I love it. Marissa and I have been friends for a really long time, so.
Long time.
Stuff we can't tell you.
We don't need that. There are no numbers. No numbers.
Love it. So tell everyone, what are the challenges in hiring a multi-generational, diverse set of employees? Like,
yeah.
Are you finding anything different now from when we met? Like,
yeah,
lots of years ago. She rolls her eyes.
Instinctive reaction.
I know, right?
I think in our field in learning, I think what's really challenging in hiring is that you're trying to assess someone's ability to facilitate learning.
Right.
And how do you do that without putting them into a scenario where they are delivering learning?
Right.
Beyond, you know, the 5% or 5-minute, can you do a quick presentation?
Right.
Here's a piece of content. Teach me how to tie my shoes.
Right.
How do you really know if a potential candidate can work through assessing learning while having a conversation,
right,
dealing with dynamic questions, dealing with multi-generational challenges, multicultural, multi-levels of knowledge,
right,
different ways of learning? How do you really assess for that? So I find that to be actually very challenging when hiring in the facilitation space.
I totally agree. I mean, I've been a facilitator, Marissa has been one as well, and we've always had challenges as well as the various roles. So sometimes your approach to a coworker as against the boss, and they're all in as your audience or students, right?
Yes,
and how do you address that? That becomes a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Especially in leadership development, when folks are facilitating in that subject area, you get a lot of those kinds of challenges around the, well, have you really walked in these shoes?
Right.
Are you really in a position to tell me what to do?
Exactly.
And potentially telling somebody who is senior to you.
Right, right.
Yeah, hierarchically.
Right. So how do you do that? What in your gut will tell you that this is the right person as against another one?
Yeah. I'm so glad you say in your gut too, because we use that phrase quite a lot, and people forget that your gut is based on all of the experiences that you had, all of the knowledge that you have. You've got a lot of things that lead up to you having that good gut reaction.
Oh, totally.
And so it's okay to trust and use your gut, because your gut is an informed gut.
Right.
God, I hate that word though, gut.
I'm still going to use that. Informed gut.
My informed gut.
I need to get rid of my gut.
So using that gut, I think the one way I have an opportunity to do that is through a really extended interview process.
Okay.
And so beyond, again, beyond the situational questions that you would expect to ask, how do you have a conversation with someone that puts them in a scenario that they've been in the past, but really gets them talking about it at multiple levels? So peeling back the proverbial onion, one layer at a time, asking more and more and more to see if they were able to talk through different kinds of scenarios that popped up for them, getting them to see if they can really articulate what was happening. Can they talk about the dynamic? Can they talk about the challenge? Can they talk about their level of self-awareness when that was happening? Or is it just about the people in the room, but they're not talking about how they were actually a contributor to any kind of a scenario or situation? So I find those kinds of long, extended interview, conversational, makes a lot of sense when you're trying to figure out how they interact with people.
Now, is it just you who interview, or does it make sense to actually have a panel?
I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think you need some one-on-one time, because there needs to be some working chemistry there.
Totally.
We have to have a good compatibility.
Right.
And then I think you need to see them interact with multiple personalities for sure. And then I really love the opportunity where it makes sense to have, if this person is also going to be a people manager, have their potential employees be part of that process. And the panel, of course, is all your different sort of stakeholders, right? So people they would be supporting, people they might need to be training, people who potentially aren't a big fan of that role. Person aside, if you've got a business partner who isn't quite on side with what that job does, let's get them in the room.
and perfect buy-in at the start off as well, right?
Yeah,
so, the onset of it. Then they can't say anything because they were part of it.
They were part of the process.
See, that's the thing. Good. All right, so what would be your wisdom that you can provide to brand new, come on, we have a lot of wisdom. We've been here for a while. What is it that we can share for the new leaders when it comes to hiring?
Well, when it comes to hiring, I think we talk a lot about being really cautious of not hiring someone who's too much like you.
Yeah.
So trying
so we can't work together anymore.
No more. But you know.
There's a but.
While we have great chemistry and great working relationship, we approach work a little bit differently.
Oh, totally.
And we've done some really different things, which actually that's what makes this great chemistry.
Right.
Yeah.
She is so good. So
don't hire someone. Don't hire someone who's too much like you. So if they've gone to the same schools, potentially a flag to look for. If they have worked in all of the same places, if they've done all of the same jobs, you want to have people who are coming from really different backgrounds.
Yeah, totally.
Recently, we expanded one of the teams that I support, and we've got somebody who is joining in a leadership facilitation capacity for corporate Canada, who comes from the NGO background.
Wow.
And so it's really great.
Cool.
Difference of opinion, right? So sometimes they're able to bring that perspective of really staying core to what the learner needs.
Right.
And they'll sometimes put that in front of the business. And then you've got someone who's coming from more of a business perspective who brings the other balance in. And so you want those different opinions and different core mindsets.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. And that's for you.
And that's free.
Consulting fee later on. Gonna charge you. So now we're going to be like in a subway. Stop. Boog. Thank you, dear.
This is fun.